Listen carefully, because what I am about to express is meant for someone standing at the edge of a life-changing transition. There is a significant opening approaching your life, and it is not minor, not ordinary, and not something that repeats itself. You are being positioned for a moment that can completely redirect your path. Ignoring it would be costly because the shift taking place is deliberate and deeply meaningful. This is being directed toward you specifically, as if the timing of your entire journey has been coordinated for this exact point. What is approaching is not just another chance or simple invitation. It is a pivotal turning point that has the power to rewrite the direction you have been walking in. You have been unknowingly prepared for this stage through experiences that only now begin to make sense. Even the confusing seasons, the delays and the periods where nothing seemed to progress were shaping you for this arrival. Everything has been building toward this encounter, and now awareness is required from you so you do not miss what has been arranged for your growth. You are being asked to stay alert, because when this opportunity shows itself, recognition will be essential. It will not announce itself loudly, but there will be an inner certainty attached to it. This is not something random entering your life. It carries structure, timing, and intention behind it. Every delay you experienced was not denial, but preparation, refining your readiness, so you could stand steady when this moment finally reached you. There have been long stretches where you felt uncertain, maybe even mentally drained from waiting for something to shift. Those moments were observed and accounted for in your development. Nothing about your process was wasted. Even when you felt stagnant, unseen progress was being formed underneath the surface of your life. What is now coming forward is tied directly to your evolution and the direction you are meant to step into next. This incoming opportunity is not superficial. It carries depth, purpose, and long-term impact that you may not immediately recognize with surface thinking. At first glance, it might appear ordinary, but beneath that appearance lies something that can completely alter your direction. It is designed to pull you away from patterns that have limited you and guide you toward alignment with a higher path intended for your progress. You may feel like this is larger than what you are currently prepared for, but that feeling is part of expansion. Growth often feels uncomfortable before it feels rewarding. Do not mistake that pressure for rejection. It is actually a sign that you are being stretched into a stronger version of yourself. You are being moved beyond limitation into development that requires courage and trust. There have been times when you questioned your own worth or ability, wondering whether something greater could truly belong to you. Those doubts were never hidden. They were fully seen. And yet, despite those internal questions, preparation continued around your life. This moment is not built on your past fears or past limitations. It is built on what you are capable of becoming when placed in the right environment. Because of that, this opportunity may feel intimidating at first, but it is meant to expand your capacity, not overwhelm you. Growth always begins where familiarity ends. You are being positioned into something that requires faith in yourself even before full clarity is available. If you feel resistance, understand that it is natural when entering unfamiliar territory, not a signal to retreat. The timing of your life has been shifting in ways you did not fully understand. What once appeared to be delays were actually necessary adjustments aligning circumstances, so that when this moment arrived, you would be able to step into it instead of walking away from it. If it had come earlier, you might not have recognized it, or you might have dismissed it entirely due to uncertainty. Now, however, your awareness is stronger, even if it is still developing. You are being encouraged to release the need for total control over every outcome. Not everything will be visible before you take action. Clarity often follows movement, not the other way around. This opportunity will not require perfection from you. It will require openness, sincerity, and willingness to step forward, even when everything is not fully defined. You are not expected to walk this path alone. Support and guidance will accompany each stage of what unfolds. The responsibility on your part is simply recognition and response. When the moment appears, your response will matter more than overthinking it. A simple alignment in your decision can open doors that hesitation would keep closed. There may be people around you who do not understand the direction you are being led into. Their lack of understanding is not a reflection of your path. Every individual operates from their own perspective, and not everyone can see what is being prepared for someone else. You must be careful not to allow external opinions to weaken internal conviction. Your path is not designed for universal approval. You have been chosen for this stage not because everything in your life has been perfect, but because you have developed resilience and willingness to evolve. That openness is more valuable than flawlessness. What matters now is not perfection, but trust in the process unfolding before you. This coming opportunity will challenge your confidence, but it will also reveal strength you have not yet fully recognized. You will begin to understand capabilities within you that were previously dormant. What feels uncertain initially will gradually become clearer as you engage with it step by step. As this moment approaches, you may notice increased awareness or sensitivity toward decisions and situations around you. That heightened awareness is not anxiety. It is preparation. It is your inner system becoming more attentive so you do not overlook what is being presented. Stay grounded in that awareness instead of ignoring it. The direction ahead is not meant to mirror your past experiences. It is meant to elevate you beyond them. You have already learned through earlier struggles, and those lessons are not meant to remain painful memories but transformed into wisdom that now guides your decisions. There is a difference between fear-based hesitation and genuine discernment. You will need to distinguish between the two when this opportunity arrives. One will pull you backward, while the other will guide you forward with clarity. Learning to recognize that difference is part of your maturity process. You are not being forced into anything. You are being presented with a choice that respects your freedom to decide. The path opens, but you choose whether to enter it. That choice will define the next phase of your experience more than anything else. There is no requirement for you to have every answer in advance. Readiness is not always something you feel fully before acting. Often it develops through action itself. As you engage, your understanding will expand. As you will expand. As you clarity will increase. You have spent long periods waiting for change, wondering when movement would finally replace stillness. That waiting period is now transitioning into activation. What you have been hoping for is beginning to take form in your reality, even if it is still unfolding gradually. Do not let past disappointments convince you that this moment will repeat old patterns. You are not the same person you were before, and the circumstances forming around you are not the same either. Growth has altered both your perception and your capacity to handle what is coming. There is a deeper alignment attached to this opportunity, one that connects directly to your personal development and long-term direction. It may arrive in unexpected form through situations or encounters you did not predict, but its significance will become clear once you engage with it. You may feel hesitation when it first appears, but that hesitation should not override your deeper sense of recognition. Trust what aligns internally, rather than what fear tries to project externally. Your internal clarity will be more reliable than external confusion. Everything you have experienced so far has contributed to strengthening you for this stage. Even the difficult moments have contributed meaning, shaping resilience and awareness that you now carry forward. When you look back later, you will begin to see how everything connected. This is not a moment for retreat. It is a moment of progression. You are moving from preparation into participation. What comes next is not meant to keep you waiting, but to move you forward into action, experience, and expansion. As this door opens, do not rush, but also do not ignore it. Step into it with awareness, patience, and courage. What lies ahead will not reveal everything at once, but confirmation will follow each step you take. Over time, you will follow each step you take. Over time, you will follow each step you take. Over time, you will follow each step you take. Over time, you will follow each step you take. Over time, you will recognize that choosing forward was the right decision all along. There is a deeper intelligence shaping what is unfolding in your life, and it is not random or accidental. It is a directed process, and it will keep progressing as long as you stay receptive to it. If you feel aligned, you can type 555 to affirm. Around you, there will always be external opinions trying to pull your attention in different directions. Some of these voices come from people who genuinely care, while others come from misunderstanding or limited perspective. Not everyone will be able to interpret your journey correctly because they are not living the exact experience you are living. This is why you must develop the ability to recognize the difference between external noise and inner knowing. There is a quiet clarity within you that feels steady even when everything outside feels uncertain. That inner sense of direction is not something random. It is being strengthened within you to help you stay aligned. Trust it even when it feels less dramatic than the louder influences around you. You have been desiring change for a long time. You have wanted movement, progress, and a meaningful shift in your circumstances. What is entering your life now is connected to that desire, even if it does not resemble the form you once imagined. Often, what arrives for us does not match our expectations, yet it carries exactly what is needed for our growth. There are opportunities that appear ordinary at first glance, but contain deeper purpose underneath. What is approaching you carries that kind of hidden value. It has the potential to redirect your direction in a way that brings long-term transformation rather than temporary change. Do not allow unfamiliar situations to cause you to overlook something meaningful. As you approach this stage, it is natural to feel both curiosity and hesitation at the same time. That emotional mixture does not indicate danger. It simply indicates that you are entering unfamiliar territory. Every form of real growth begins with discomfort, because it pushes you beyond what you already understand. Instead of resisting that feeling, allow it to remind you that expansion is happening within you. This process is not only about changing your outer circumstances, but also about reshaping your inner identity. The way you see yourself will begin to evolve. Confidence will develop in a more grounded way, and your understanding of who you are becoming will become clearer. This internal shift will naturally influence your behavior, your communication, and the choices you make. You are being guided into alignment with something greater than your current situation. That alignment requires release. Certain patterns, attachments, and familiar habits will need to fall away, not because they are inherently wrong, but because they no longer match the direction you are moving toward. Holding on to them will only slow your progress. Letting go can feel uncomfortable, yet it creates space for something more suitable to enter your life. What leaves is always replaced with something more aligned when you continue moving forward with trust. This is part of a natural cycle of growth and renewal. Even when the path feels unclear, you are not moving blindly. There is guidance working through your experiences, helping you notice signs and patterns along the way. These signs may appear as sudden clarity, unexpected assistance, or moments of inner peace that arise without explanation. Pay attention to those subtle confirmations because they are reminders that you are not alone in your process. You may come across claims online about short mental techniques or so-called leaked methods that promise rapid transformation or instant success. Rather than focusing on dramatic promises, it is more helpful to stay grounded in what genuinely supports your growth. Consistent mindset shifts, disciplined action, and clear awareness of your decisions. Real change is built steadily, not instantly. What is important now is your willingness to trust yourself. The next step in your journey will require self-belief, not validation from others, not external approval, but an internal decision to move forward, even without complete certainty. As you do this, your confidence becomes more stable and less dependent on circumstances. This is your moment to step forward instead of remaining still. New directions often open doors that were previously invisible, not because reality suddenly changes, but because your perception expands. What once felt unavailable begins to reveal itself through action and awareness. Do not allow fear to convince you to remain in familiar limitations. You are being guided toward growth, toward expansion, and toward a version of yourself that carries more clarity and strength than before. Everything you have experienced until now has contributed to preparing you for this stage, even the difficult moments. There have been long periods where life may have felt repetitive or uncertain, where progress seemed slow or invisible. During those times, inner development was still happening. Your patience, endurance, and reflection were shaping your ability to handle what comes next. Nothing from that period was wasted. Now you are beginning to see how those experiences connect to where you are heading. Even moments of loss or disappointment contributed to your awareness and resilience. They helped you understand what aligns with you and what does not. If hesitation arises, it may be linked to past experiences that left emotional impressions. That does not mean the present opportunity is the same as the past. You are no longer the same person you once were. Your understanding has deepened, and your perspective has matured. This direction is not meant to repeat old cycles, but to open a new one. If you feel uncertain, type 1010. If you trust God as a reminder of faith and surrender in the process, you are walking through. You are not required to see every outcome before taking action. Clarity often comes gradually, revealing itself through movement rather than stillness. Waiting for complete certainty can prevent you from experiencing opportunities that are meant to be discovered through action. As you continue forward, changes will begin to appear in different areas of your life. These shifts may be subtle at first. New possibilities, altered circumstances, or improved timing. Over time, they will form a clearer path that supports your progress step by step. This is not an abrupt leap into unknown chaos. It is a gradual unfolding that becomes clearer as you engage with it. Growth often works this way, revealing itself progressively instead of all at once. Part of this process will involve releasing certain attachments. Some thoughts, habits, or relationships may no longer support where you are going. Holding on to them can create internal resistance. Releasing them is not loss, it is alignment. There will be moments where you question your choices. That is normal when stepping into unfamiliar territory. In those moments, return to your inner sense of clarity, the same quiet awareness that first made you feel drawn toward change. That inner knowing is your guide. You are not alone in what you are experiencing. Support is present in ways you may not always recognize immediately. Sometimes guidance comes through silence, sometimes through opportunities, and sometimes through a calm sense of reassurance that appears maternally. There is also a larger purpose connected to your journey that extends beyond personal improvement. As you grow, your transformation naturally begins to influence those around you. Your actions, decisions, and mindset can become a quiet example for others who are still searching for direction. You do not need to become someone else to fulfill this influence. In fact, the more authentic you become, the more naturally your presence will impact others. Your sincerity and lived experience carry more power than any forced role. Stay aware of small confirmations that continue to appear along your path. These may show up as timely opportunities, peaceful feelings, or meaningful coincidences that reinforce your direction. They serve as reminders that your progress is unfolding correctly. This is not the conclusion of your journey. It is part of a continuing evolution that has been developing for a long time. Each stage builds upon the previous one, shaping you into someone more aware, more capable, and more aligned. There has always been an inner voice guiding you, even in moments when you try to ignore it. That awareness often surfaced during discomfort or dissatisfaction, signaling that you were meant for more than your current environment. It was not meant to frustrate you, but to prepare you. Now preparation is meeting opportunity. When those two align, transformation becomes possible in a more noticeable way. You may feel called to step into something that challenges your current beliefs about your limits. Those limitations are not fixed. They are adjustable through experience and growth. You may have assumed certain opportunities were not meant for you, but those assumptions are being challenged now. This moment is here to expand your vision and reveal possibilities you may not have considered before. At some point you will reach a decision point where reaction is required. That decision may seem small, but it will carry deeper significance. Choosing to move forward reinforces trust in your path and strengthens your confidence in future decisions. If you feel guided, you can type 333. if you are ready for change, as a symbolic acknowledgement of that readiness. This process will not remove every challenge from your life. Instead, it will change how you respond to challenges. Instead of reacting with fear or doubt, you will begin to respond with clarity and stability. You may also notice that certain environments or connections no longer feel aligned. That is part of natural progression. As you evolve, your surroundings evolve as well. New connections, situations, and opportunities will begin to align with your development. These additions will not erase your past, but will support your future direction. There is strength within you that has always existed, even when you did not fully recognize it. It has been present in every moment you chose to continue, despite uncertainty. That strength is now becoming more visible and more active in your daily life. As you move forward with this opportunity, you will begin to operate from that strength more consistently, allowing it to guide your decisions and shape your path ahead.